the world's largest floating solar farms. Renewable energy sources like floating solar power plants generates electricity with no global warming pollution and no risk of increase in fuel price, and has helped many countries to move toward a future of a cleaner, reliable, and affordable source of electricity. And today, this video is all about the world's largest floating solar farms. Hi, good day to everyone, Richard Aguilar here and welcome back to my channel. Nowadays, many countries are embracing the use of renewable energy and have built large floating solar power plants, which creates new major opportunities to advance in solar energy in the world. And the first one I want to show you here is the large floating rotating solar power plant in South Korea. Sulcus is the name of the company behind this large floating solar power plant. This solar panel array is a 2.67 megawatt floating solar farm on the Daeoku Reservoir that will rotate to track the sun's rays throughout the day. The company claims that this technology delivers 22% increase in harvest compared to a fixed installation on land and a 16% increase in yield compared to typical floating solar arrays.
This is the world's first rotating solar power plant on water. Unlike other conventional solar facilities or fixed on land, this module is designed to move along with the movement of the sun during the day, which increases energy efficiency by 22%.
The floating plant is made of roughly 1,600 solar voltaic modules installed on a floating deck that rotates on water. Using a tracking system, the deck moves in the direction of the sun to maximize efficiency. Since the floating modules can collect sunlight that's reflected off water, developers say this type of plant can generate more power than ground-based systems.
And the next one is the world's largest floating solar plant located outside Huainan City in China's Anhui province. The solar array floats on an artificial lake known as Jiaogang Lake. The floating solar farm is about the size of 121 football fields. It consists of 165,000 solar panels with 40 megawatt power, and it's the world's largest in terms of its capacity. It rests on a lake covering an area of 86 hectares. And on the list, we also have India, because India also has a large floating solar farm, having the capacity of 500 kilowatt peak, situated in Banasura Sagar Dam in Kerala, India. This solar plant is having 1,938 panels with 260 watt peak capacity for each panel. The 500 kilowatt peak project is the largest floating solar plant in the country. The floating solar plants had higher efficiency compared to ground-mounted installations due to the moderating effect of water bodies on panel temperature. And now here comes another country that also has large floating solar farm, Japan. Now, Japan's floating solar power plant on the Yamakura Dam Reservoir in Chiba Prefecture is already operational. Kyocera Corporation and Century Tokyo Leasing Corporation in the joint venture are the companies behind the construction of this largest 13.7 megawatt floating solar power plant on the Yamakura Dam Reservoir. And now the last but not the least is we have Singapore. You know, in Singapore, the use of solar panel system is hindered by shortage of land, space constraints, and limited roof spaces. But now, Singapore hosted one of the world's largest floating solar test bed atop at about a hectare of waters at Tenga Reservoir, and it's feeding energy from the sun. The 1 hectare test bed now running in Singapore includes Sunseap Group and ABB solar inverter technology.
But Singapore is already working on using all spare spaces for solar, including this reservoir. It now hosts the world's largest floating solar testbed on a hectare of water. So despite the country's relatively small size, the potential for producing solar power is huge.
Since you have now seen some of the world's largest floating solar power plant, don't forget to leave your comment below if you have anything to say about this. And that's all for now. Once again, this is Richard Aguilar. Thanks for watching and see you next time.